What's going on, everybody? It's Joey Valley TCG. I hope everyone is having a good day, a good week. So today we are going to be talking about a variety of things. So there's so much going on. So we're going to go over a lot today. We're going to be talking about booster boxes, upcoming releases. We're going to be talking about some of the starter decks. And then we're going to be talking about, of course, your favorite topic, card prices, and how much they've been moving, at least in one of the sets that we've talked about previously. So a lot to cover, a lot of good stuff. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So first and foremost, we have this releasing. We have OP11, and this is releasing in about 2 weeks. So June 6th, really soon. And it's going to be a banger of a set. I'm sure you guys have seen how the meta, or at least how this has shifted the meta in Japan. And it's going to be very dominant to have the purple blue? No. Black, blue, Luffy, right? Purple, blue, Luffy? Purple, blue, Luffy. I'm going crazy right now. Purple, blue, Luffy. And, I think there's a lot to be said about this set. But I think what we know about it right now is going to be very different than how it plays out in the US. And the reason for that is because on the same date, we are going to be getting 6 new starter decks. And these starter decks are not available in Japan, right? Look at this right here. So these starter decks are releasing in English and French first. So that means we are going to get a weird simultaneous release with 6 different starter decks that Japan has not had. So we will be developing an entirely new branch of meta that we haven't really seen before. And I think that is absolutely so exciting. I think it's going to make our game here in the West very exciting. It's interesting, right? Obviously, from a card value perspective, it's good to know that we know certain prices are going to go up, right? We know that a lot of the cards that are relevant in the purple and blue Luffy, those cards are going to be valuable. Well, maybe not so much, right? Because we will have all these different starter decks coming online, and they really haven't released that many new reveals, right? Like, we don't really even know what's going to be in some of these decks. I know they've been slowly trickling out what's going to be in some of these decks. So we have some up here right now, right? But look, if you're a Yamato player, it's going to be interesting. Like, we don't know how good she's going to be. So this is awesome. I'm super excited for it. But one thing we should talk about is, of course, pre-orders. If you haven't had a pre-order for Fist of Divine Speed, it's about $170 per booster box. So as the old saying goes, sometimes you can pre-order a Fist of Divine Speed, and sometimes you get a Fist of Divine Speeded, or in short, you get fisted. Anyways, so TCG Express, I was able to stumble upon this website. I was super excited. It looks like they still have a lot of stock. Let me just try to order a bunch, right? Pre-order. They have a ton of stock available, and I was just like so excited. And you look here, and it says in-store only, which just made me really hurt on the inside. I had a little bit of hope that, maybe like this is going to be a web or a LGS that's close to me. It's in a place called Belvedere, South Carolina. Never been there, never heard of it. if you guys live there, congratulations. Here's a great plug to buy some booster boxes. So for the rest of us, Stomping Grounds, $149 a booster box. This is probably the cheapest I've found. Maybe you can find some from your LGS at MSRP, but $149, that's what we're sitting at right now for the rest of us. But anyways, moving on, I did want to talk about the cards that are in here, and as you can see, the reason why the set is so expensive, the booster boxes are so expensive, it's just, come on, take a look at these cards. Like, what the heck, right? First of all, you have this gold foil Gear 5 Luffy. You have the silver foil Gear 5 Luffy. You have, obviously, the Monkey D Luffy. I think this is Gear 4 Luffy manga art, which is only, in Japan, it's only $380. And then you have some... Obviously, this kind of like manga, I guess it's not a manga art, but it's like the event card that has like that manga backing that we saw in the prior set in OP10 as well. And then obviously the really, really, really nice looking SPs, as well as these leaders and and even the alternate arts, like everything just looks really freaking good in this set. So a little bit closer up for you guys. Look at this gold parallel, so nice. Gear 2, I guess is the card name here. Absolutely beautiful. Silver parallel here, and then the manga art, of course. And then I think this SP backdrop might be one of my favorites. I will just throw that out there right now. Like this is really, really top notch, on par with like OP05, on par with some of the other like best SPs out there. I will be an absolute collector of this. And then one thing that we should also talk about is premium booster. So your favorite, my favorite. The booster box has gone crazy. Cairo Collection, congratulations for holding on so long. But wow, like these are $290 a booster box. That's real American dollars, which, as we all know, is starting to depreciate or devalue versus some of the other currencies like the euro. But still pretty expensive, especially for those of us who live here. And I wanted to also kind of like show you guys, right? Like some of the card prices in here have really, it's fluctuated. Let's put it that way. It's been a mixed bag. So we have the Zoro Gold card, or Gold Dawn, and this is almost $400 a card. This has had zero let up in the price, at least thus far, and it makes sense. This is, look at that sell through still. You had 3 a few days ago at $400 a card, and it really makes sense. This card is absolutely gorgeous, and it deserves to be a collector's item for many of us. And then you have some of the other ones that are starting to kind of flatten out, not really go up in price, not really go down in price. Like this one as well. But then you start seeing on the back end of the collector base, or collector set of these Dawns, as you get a little bit cheaper, some of these card prices are starting to fall, right? This one's down. This one came down from the peak, although still holding on there. But then look at Rebecca, right? Rebecca went from 160 a card all the way down to now, well, I guess this one is 160. So I should be just eating my words here, but it did have a significant drop for a little bit, right? $15. That's about 10%. That's pretty significant in a week's time. This one, and no, was $150. Now it's not even $100. And And then Yamato, which is the most expensive non-Dawn card in here, aside from the mangas, of course. This one was $150 a card, went all the way, I mean, it's below $85. Now, I'm curious if once we see the Yamato starter deck, if this card is going to spike right back up because Yamato gets a lot of support and this card becomes really playable again. We shall see for now. But right now, there's an opportunity to buy in, right? If you really like this card, this is your chance. And then Sanji as a leader, not really that many people playing this leader anymore. So you did see a nice little spike to $100 a card, and it's coming back down to $75. So anyways, that's really all I want to talk about. And this one, of course, before I do go on, Premium Booster PRBO2, if you haven't pre-ordered, this releases in, it says September 08 here. That's not the correct date, I believe. I believe it's actually October 3rd. So we are about 5 months away from release. You know, prices have started to move up already. So if you haven't locked down a pre-order or two here and there, I would recommend starting to think about getting a couple of booster boxes, because if we see the continuation from Bandai of restricting supply for like they did for EVO2, and then now being fisted by the Divine Speed in OP11, we're probably going to see a shorter print for potentially for maybe OP12. And then this one, you know, they really didn't reprint this at all. I think people all had hoped that they would reprint PRBO1. They did not do it. So I don't know if it wouldn't make sense for them to suddenly start printing en masse over multiple ways for PRBO2. So that's all I'm going to say to that. 140, that's not the best. But if you think about tariffs, you know, being liberated of our money, this is potentially going to be more expensive, right? If we have a 10-20% tariff on Japan, well, that's going to be more expensive for us as collectors and as players here in the United States. So something to think about. I did put in a pre-order for this. You know, I will see how I'd actually pre-order a lot more than I thought I originally wanted, but I just didn't want to make the mistake of EVO2, so I pre-ordered a lot. So we will see what the situation is at that point. Maybe I'll sell some back to some of you guys. But anyways, especially if, you know, supply is really, really tough. But yeah, anyways, hope you guys are having a good day. And hope you guys are having a good time with EVO2 that's released, and hope you let me know if you guys are looking forward to Fist of Divine Speed, and let me know if you guys have been able to get some pre-orders, and I'd love to hear success stories, because it's a tough life here. Anyways, hope you guys are having a good time right now. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys next time.